To divide quantities or amounts into particular ratios, we need to find out how many shares the ratio has, find the value of one share, and then work out each part of the ratio. So looking at an example with this, here I've got one where I've got $72 and I'm going to divide it into the ratio of 3 to 5. So step 1 is to add the ratio parts together to find out the number of shares. So our total parts in this case will be 3 plus the 5, which gives us 8. So there's 8 shares in that ratio. Each share or each part is worth, well, we take our 72 and we divide it by 8 and we get each part's worth 9. So because I want it in the ratio of 3 to 5, I'm just multiplying that 9 by 3 and then also by 5 to find out each how many of those parts, what the value is. So I end up with 27 to 45 as my ratio. You can always check whether your answer is correct by adding the 27 and the 45 and you should get the original amount. Another couple of examples. If I had 312 in the ratio of 9 to 4, I find out my total parts. 9 plus 4 is 13. Each part, so I get the 312, divide it by the 13 and get 24. So each part's worth 24. So my 9 parts will be 9 lots of 24. The 4 parts will be 4 lots of 24. And then working out those sums. So for 252, again, this ratio's got 3 parts to it, but it's the same process. You just add up all the parts. So you've got 9 shares. Each part will be worth the 252 divided by 9, so each part's worth 28. So the first one I will go, the 4 parts will be 4 lots of 28, 3 parts, 3 lots of 28, 2 parts, 2 lots of 28. So you work out those multiplications and you get what the ratio division is. Example 4, $480 divided into shares between 2 people in the ratio of 5 to 3. So the total parts is 8 because you add up 5 and 3. Each share is worth 480 divided by 8. And then to work out the 5 parts, I'll be timesing the 5 by 60, the 3 parts, the 3 by 60, and I will get that the shares are 300 to 180. If I've got, I don't know what happened at the bottom here. If I had 45 chocolates shared between Pamela and Tamara in the ratio of 5 to 4, there was 9 parts, 5 plus 4. Each part, when I divide the 45 by 9, is 5. So 5 lots of 5 for the 5 shares, 4 lots of 5 for the 4 shares. So therefore I get 25 to 20. So that would mean that Pamela has the 25 because her name's mentioned first, so she relates to the 5 parts. So she relates to the 25 parts. And Tamara is the 4 parts, so the 20 chocolates for her. Here, if I've got 180 students in a year and the girl to boy ratio is 3 to 2, because girls are mentioned first, they relate to the 3 and the boys are the 2. So how many girls are there? So we work out, first of all, total number of parts is 5. Each part, the 180 students divided by 5, there's 36 parts. So because the girls is the 3, when I divide it, if I wanted to find both sides, I could do what I just did there. So 3 lots of 36, 2 lots of 36. But the question's only asking how many girls there are. So I only need to really do the 3 lots of 36. So my answer will be 108 girls. You can do this with a range of different things, with also in measurement. So the perimeter of this rectangle is 56. And the ratio of the sides is 4 to 3. What are the dimensions of the rectangle? So what's the length and the width of the rectangle? So the total parts is 7 when you add the 4 and 3. Each part is worth 8 centimetres because you've got 56 divided by the 7 parts. So then I would get 4 lots of 8 and 3 lots of 8, splitting the ratio. So it would be 32 to 24. Now, that would be both lengths to both widths. So we actually have to halve them to go 16 plus 16, 12 plus 12 equals 56. So you've got to be careful. That is the relationship between the lengths and the widths. So you have to make sure you're aware that there's 2 lengths and 2 widths. That's why you had to divide it by 2. Okay, always check that the totals add up correctly. There's another link here if you want to watch further examples.